And I think about that kind of stuff, like if a plane crashed, I already know I'm planning ahead, dude. I'd eat a Vietnamese guy.
Why?
Because that's easy. It's a starter move. If you attack somebody bigger, if you eat somebody bigger in front of other people, it's going to alarm people.
You got to eat a small person, so stature is important.
I think if you gum down a Viet, people aren't going to be that upset at you.
Well, the Vietnamese people are going to be super upset. What are you talking about?
No,
Somebody's
okay.
dad.
Yeah, they're more understanding of things, dude.
Is this the character you're playing?
No. But if you eat a black lady and her family's there, they're going to be pissed.
So you think a Vietnamese person will let you slide?
I think that they'd be much more forgiving over a couple of day period.
What is interesting is like Vietnam is one of the few places where Americans can go back to Vietnam and they don't seem to hold any grudge at all.
Exhibit A.
Well, think about what music does do. Music literally changes the way your body feels, like a drug. Like if you were a kid, okay, and you heard that Rocky song, you could run faster.
Oh,
you would get more fired up. You'd be able to do more push-ups or
punch
more
your
chin-ups.
fucking stepdad. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather be blind or dickless, dude? These days, probably dickless, I think. I had a blind kid in my neighborhood when I was growing up. And actually, no, this dude was deaf, actually. And they beat him up for doing bad magic. Because he was always doing all of this and shit. And people thought he was doing magic with no tricks. And they fucking beat him. So, would you rather go to jail for 1 year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube and you can leave when it's done? Oh, man.
Quick, you think you can do a Rubik's
Fuck,
Cube,
bro, a science one, huh? I'd go to jail for a year. I think it'd be great. These days, relaxing, get some reading done, you know, get in shape, you know.
Maybe get beat up or raped though.
Yeah, get some diverse friends.
Okay. How long would it take you to do Rubik's Cube?
A Rubik's Cube? I bet I could probably do it in a week.
But you want the year in jail. So you could get out in a week, but you'll take the year.
Oh, dude, I'd love to have some time to just relax, honestly. And I'm a pretty simple man, as long as, if I'm in there. I heard the lights are on at night, though. That would be the part that wouldn't do. Would you rather have everyone naked all the time or everyone clothed all the time? I'm okay pretty much with how things are, I think. So I would say clothed. It's a big question to ask and just assume somebody's going to change it based on that question. Would you rather sit down with your parents and watch every sexual encounter you've had or watch your parents' sex tape when they conceived you? I don't know, man. My dad was 70 when I was born, so I'd probably watch a tape. Honestly, man, I think it would be cool. It would almost be artistic. These days, I would be looked at it more as art than it would be as something. My dad's from Nicaragua, so I want to do a special in Nicaragua. Yeah.
Your dad is not Nicaraguan.
We might have to edit that out, dude, because
Nicaraguan?
that time closer. Okay? Go one more time, bro. I want to see how racist this ends up.
Nicaraguan.
Whoa, bro. A couple of guys just shut up at the door, dude.
Dude,
relax,
how do you
bro.
say it?
You can't even speak on Kratom, can you? Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm drinking like Monster energy drinks sometimes, which are like piss magnets. They're delicious, but they make you want to pee.
Make you want to beat your wife, too, dude. I've seen a lot of dudes drinking Monster that they're going home to punch.
It would stay there unbothered in a little baggy, waterproof in case the fucking rain came.
In case the floods came, in case something got biblical, you could still break out of fucking...
Yeah, in case Louisiana all over again, I'm on a tire floating, waving at the airport. Fucking, I'm here, cocksuckers.
Dude, how great would that be? You're on the news, they're like showing you, and you're just down there doing coke, and they're fucking waving at the helicopters. Like, how many videos are there of the news during Katrina where there's just a bunch of brothers just blowing a fucking blunt and they fucking couldn't put it on?
And just yelling up, "You can't stop me, bitches."
Yeah. I was the first one that had to quit my job full time. So I kind of got like, I was like, guys, are we doing this? Because I got to give up on Giggle. Like I had to quit Giggle. Everybody else was able to work both jobs. Q was still a fireman. Sal still owned it was still bartender in the
Well, let's say, look, still a fireman is a unique term as well. I'm not saying I love firemen, right?
Yeah.
Especially if there's a fire going on.
The number one person you want to see.
Yeah. But there's not a fire, dude. They're basically people that are training for the hot dog eating contest.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Jake Paul right here knocks out Tyron Woodley in the 6th round to win the rematch. Good. Woodley doesn't throw enough punches. You know, and the fight is just a lot of like punch, clutch or, hug. Punch, hug, punch, hug. They should lose a point if they hug. They should lose a point if they hug. Or see who's willing to take it to second base. If you're hugging whoever, who's willing to, go even further a little.
I love buffets, bro.
Yeah, buffets are great.
When I was growing up, they had finally got a buffet in our town, dude, and people were fucking
Losing their
fired up.
mind, right?
Oh, dude, somebody shot out the windows, bro, from the inside, dude. That's how excited people were.
I had breakfast with a guy a couple weeks ago, and he'd never masturbated, and I was just so jealous. Got into stand-up, and I always like making people laugh. Like, I used to do a similar thing when I was a child. At the lunch table, we'd get some kids who were mentals, or a couple of them might have been mentals, and a couple kids that were well, and we get there and sit them to make them drink milk, and then tell jokes and do stuff until one of them just blew milk out of their face, And if you get some straight up just couple mentals, boy, some straight up sawed off humans, you get them to straight up blow leche out their dome, dude. That's America right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I knew I was like, I got some kind of a gift here. I almost blew the throat out of this one boy. Almost blew the throat out of this one boy named Tot. T-O-T was his name. Kind of a bad name too to be mentally challenged, but also easy for him to spell. And I'm not joking. That's what his father said. And easy for him to spell backward and forward. Same name, Tot. So that's true, man.
Was this guy's his name was Todd?
Why are you so laughing at him?
It's just a funny sounding name. That's all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny, I guess. Tot.
Yeah, well, let's
Tot.
talk about Tot.
Sometimes he would just say T-O-T was his name, but I knew it was Tot.
Yeah.
He would try to spell it out, and like he was tricking me.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of mushrooms, and we didn't. I don't know. We weren't really in the race or anything, but at one point we took over a table. Somebody had a table where they had all the cups of water, and we took it over right in the middle. And I'm just flying on mushrooms at this point, dude. I'm looking, the Lord's looking for me, and I'm looking for him, and we're gonna meet up that afternoon. But and people were running by in this race, it's tens of thousands of people in this race. And when they get close, someone would try to get the water, and we'd be like, no, it's for Asian people only. So you had so many people, and they're running. They have to keep going. There's a huge flow of people. They can't argue or discuss it.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, it's Asians only. And they're like, and they just keep on fucking moving.
Passing out from dehydration a quarter mile down the road.
All these Irish people stacking up at the curb at the next turn, just boom, boom. And Asian people were just so happy,
Super
bro.
hydrated.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you this. So somebody got a CB radio by us, So this one lady that used to do substitute teaching, right? Her son his mouth was always real slippery. He had like a kind of a salivary deal.
Disorder.
I wouldn't say disorder. Okay. But he had like
It's a deal.
he was missing a gasket on one of the edges. I would say that.
Just leaking.
Yeah, he definitely, yeah. Like you wouldn't if he leaned his head to one side, dude, you're gonna have to dry him up, So this fella one time named Michael was his name. And he
See it.
Oh, yeah.
Then when I was under the influence, I couldn't see it. Now I can really see it.
Dude, everybody, my buddy, this one dude used to he would start to do a little dust, start touching his asshole, bro. By the end of the night, if we had a couple of bags, he'd have 4 fingers in his fucking ass, dude. He had like that some of those people eat their hair. You see those videos where people eat their hair, He just had like a weird tick like that, where he would just, I don't know what it was. He just
under the pants. He would go in the pants.
in his ass, in his own ass.
I want to be honest with you. The other day I saw a guy in a leather jacket at a Mexican restaurant. If you wear a leather jacket at a Mexican restaurant, well, you can just stay away from me. You can stay away from me. You can stay away from me.
Never happened.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You've never masturbated?
No.
Oh my gosh, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. What is that called? What do you guys call that?
Nothing really.
There's got to be a special nickname. I think in gay culture, if it's a man in gay culture, a guy that's never kissed a woman is called a golden Oreo. So I wonder what that is. My God, brother.
And I don't
Most
care about the
French
French, dude.
Wow, but have you been there, or are you just
I've been there.
prejudice?
I'm probably prejudiced too.
Have you been to France?
Yeah.
You been to Montreal?
I've been in Montreal. Yeah.
You didn't love the French?
I love the Canadians.
French Canadians.
Yeah, I'll take them.
You love Canadians, period.
I love Canadians, period.
But do you love French Canadians?
Yes, because they
those
are
are-
Canadian. But French, bro,
Not into French?
and nobody is.
They make great wine.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. People go to Paris every year.
Yeah, but they leave. It's not the kind of place people are milling around, man.
Are you
Yeah,
are you
man.
are you a porno guy? You watch like Red Tube or whatever the fuck these days?
I've been out there, man. I've been in the. It's nasty out there.
It is nasty.
It's nasty, dude. I was just talking about this on my podcast. It's nasty. Some of these videos and people doing all these butt activities and everything, and
Butt activities. You know what the thing is?
They
though?
are.
Like you just got to. It's constantly escalating. Like
Yeah.
everyone's trying to one up each other in the porn industry.
I don't want to be in it.
They
anymore.
are, aren't they?
It's just too
They
much.
sure are.
I don't need 7 guys.
No.
Yeah.
What happened to just one-on-one?
It's
Why
unbelievable.
does there have to be a gangbang every time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's so
it's
rough.
like whack-a-mole too. If you see some of those gangbangs,
Oh, my
dude, that
God.
shit gets to. It's like urban whack-a-mole on
really
some of them. And Andrew Santino has the best joke. He talks about how a lot of black gentlemen always have their sneakers on during pornography.
And socks.
That's aggressive.
I
dude.
never thought of that.
Why do
shit.
they? For grip? You used to really rail at home?
Grip and probably
Bro.
athlete's foot is rampant.
And also,
I don't know who the fuck been on this carpet or this
it goes
floor.
back to indoor outdoor. Like those are kind of outdoor shoes,
Yeah.
and they have them on indoors.
Full circle with Theo Vaughn.
Black people don't really know. They don't differentiate between indoors and outdoors.
What do you mean?
Outdoors
Dale?
can be indoors, dude.
What do you mean?
Outdoors can be indoors. Black person, you can put them outdoors, and you put them indoors. Same volume levels, same speed.
There's no inside voice.
There's zero inside.
There's no
voice.
etiquette when you go indoors.
Well, they just don't. I don't think they believe in like a lot of structures and I don't want to say woodwork, but I want to say overall that the difference between indoors and outdoors when it comes to most
So
black
incredibly,
people,
it's so incredibly vaguely racist.
So funny. Vaughn up in the house.
Gucci gang, son.
Gucci gang. Even text Gucci gang.
Good to be out here, dude. It's good to be had, man. This is the gayest little microphone. It feels like
It's all up in your grill.
oh, it feels like the weakest one-armed black kid is trying to give me a hug. That's what it feels like, dude. Like if you go like this,
Go black skeleton.
it's so like, whoa, somebody feed this boy and then bring him back to the hug ring, you know? Because he ain't ready for fucking real 2 arms. This dude ain't ready. Hug him with 1 arm.
Dude, I remember being at the library when I was young, and this is back when they had books, you know?
What do they have now?
I don't even fucking know. Are libraries still open? Who's in there? Just people trying to finger each other? Who's in a fucking library? The Dutch are so aerodynamic.
They move good?
You know, you ever seen a Dutch? They're really aerodynamic. They're
What? What are you doing with your hands?
lean face, lean headed.
No, they're not.
4 inches cheek to cheek.
They're big people, man.
Dude,
Do you know how big they are?
the Dutch, they're very tall, but
Yeah.
they're very aerodynamic, very...
Aerodynamic.
The downhill people, they call them, dude. Pull up a Dutch. I tried the ketamine.
Oh, you do the nasal spray?
No, I did the shoot 'em up.
Oh, did you really? You do the IV?
Yeah.
You went to a
IV.
doctor?
6 sessions, yeah, with a therapist in the room.
Did you trip balls?
Bro, I thought.
Talk to me.
Dude, there was a moment, no joke, where I thought it was a tonsil. There was a time where I thought it was a tonsil.
I was sleeping under a buddy of mine had a bed, and I was sleeping under his bed for $150 a month.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes even in his bed, sometimes when he would be out of town or when he would leave for work, I'd climb up into his bed, dude. And I've never been heavily homosexual, but I will say this, that there's nothing really gayer than getting into a man's warmth after he's already left the room, you know, and climbing up into his bed. A man you don't even really know that much, but still catching that hit off of his temperature, you know?
That's funny.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
You go over to somebody's house, dude, who you don't know that much, and when they leave the room and get out of their bed, you get into their bed. That shit'll make
You never told him that, though.
that
did
shit'll
you?
make a man out of
Yeah.
you fast, dude, or it won't.
I never called him dad. From the age of 5 to 10, we lived together. It was dark. He always looked at me like if he could, he would fucking murder me, man.
But you were probably ready to take him on it too, were you?
No, I was terrified.
Really?
I tried to commit suicide. I tried to OD on a bottle of Theragram M. You know those
What is
vitamins?
that? Those vitamins?
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins.
And what'd you get? Just better?
I just fell asleep. Did you get better?
I'm just thinking like vitamins. It seemed like.
Well, there's a lot of rumors in my town that I beat down syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's inspiring, man.
That's how I felt when I heard him, because I didn't start him. Dude, you look like you're like the dude who, if everybody was escaping prison, you'd be like, nah, I gotta be up in the morning for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be the dude that's like, doesn't get that everybody's fucking getting out, you know?
Oh,
okay, guy.
Okay.
Have fun in here.
Okay, yeah. We're going.
So no, I took that bag of mushrooms to that party,
Right.
and a bunch of people ate them who'd never had them before.
Uh-oh.
And then we played a game of hide and go seek. Right? I was like,
Oh, no.
oh, dude.
You hide in another dimension.
I was like, I'll count. You guys go hide, right?
Oh, no.
And I never went to fucking look for them. That was the end of that, bro. I never seen one dude, this boy Timothy, I never seen that dude again.
Yeah, man, I'm from the South. Anybody else from the South? Heck yeah. Second place in the Civil War. Runner up.
And let me just tell you, I'm very happy about that.
And we're ready for the rematch.
Because if you had come in first place, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be like, can I get your bags? No, what was that like?
Oh, my dad was old, man. My dad was 70 years old when I was born.
Wow. Is that right?
Thank you for laughing at my daddy. Yeah, that's right. He really was. Which my mom was 32, which basically makes me a product of loose skin and loose morals. Here. But it was cool though, like the quality time we would spend. Like after I was born, my dad had a stroke, so we were both learning to walk at the same time. We'd have like little races for cookies, you know, and we'd play games like catch or don't. And my favorite is Dad sleeping, or is he no longer with us?
So what kind of girls do you like?